Hi, everyone. It's Diane Evans with stampingwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if this is one of your first times joining me, welcome. I'm so glad that you have found me. Make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, which is just down below. And if you're watching me through Facebook, make sure that you've given StreamYard permission. This is part of my mystery Wednesdays. And basically what I do is I give you 3 clues. Now, my whole purpose of doing all of my lives and everything else is to give you the confidence that you can create cards on your own. And by doing these mystery challenges, I'm picking 3 things that you probably already have in your craft room. And you can make your own card from something like that. And I do encourage you to make a card and put it onto my Facebook group, which is just down below here. And you could be entered in for a random drawing for either a stamp set if you live in Canada, and if you live outside of Canada, it would be, excuse me, it would be like a tutorial and that sort of stuff. So in any event, what I am doing today, the clues today are gold, designer series paper, and a stamping trend. So what I'm trying to do is I just want you to, what's out there. Maybe there's some things that you haven't done. And by all means, use this trend that I'm using today as well. Just going to jump on down to my desktop here. Hello, Pam. So have you seen this? This is the sparkling. Oh, my goodness. Now I'm going to give it the wrong name. I know. But this is part of the Stars at Night, or it's oh my goodness, Oh Holy Night bundle or suite, and it's found on page 14 of the little mini catalog. And this is called Shining Brightly, this designer series paper. You get 6 different designs, all in gold, and this is in Night of Navy and Berry Vanilla, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. Hello, Margaret. We got good morning to Margaret, and we've got good evening to Pam. So there you go. So I'm going to be using this particular designer series paper. Plus also, I've almost killed this bird with one stone too, where it's got gold in it. But we're going to add some more gold foil because, of course, we have to add foil, right? So we have that. Like I say, I'm using this Stars at Night stamp set and the dies. Now, this particular bundle is a hybrid one. So it not only embosses, but it also cuts out these stars. It's just a beautiful, beautiful bundle in itself. All right. So I have used a couple of things from here, and you'll see what I'm using on there. But it's really a lot of fun to use this. Now, I also have, for my monthly club, is going to be using the Stars at Night. But I had done an add-on class at my retreat, totally different than this particular card class that we're doing, because we're using a different designer series paper. We're doing the Oh Holy Night designer series paper with it. So I'll play with a couple of other ones that are on there. Hello, Angela and Michelle. Oh, I'm so glad that you've joined me. All right. So my trend that I'm going to do, and you probably have seen it, and that is it's the fractured card technique. Now, it's not one that really, really appeals to me, but I've been asked several times to do this fractured card technique, and I also have to post it onto a blog post. So, you know what, I thought I will do that as well. So I am using, my goodness, let me go in and show you this. I love Berry Vanilla and Navy together. I think they're beautiful. The 2 beautiful combinations. This is a regular card base. This happens to be 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And if you are doing it in metric, it's just a half a sheet of your cardstock. And then we're just going to go in here and we are going to use a bone folder and get that scored. And like I say, this is a fractured card technique. And then I have this piece of designer series paper. Is this one not just gorgeous with the gold stars on there? And this one's just a 4 by 5¼ inch piece. Now, how the name comes from the paper looks like it's been fractured or that it's been broken up. Now, there's a lot of them out there. And I am going to do it a little bit different because I'm not I like the cards. I think there's lots of different things that you can actually do with it. So I decided to play mine up just a little bit. So here's the gold that I've got, and this is from the Stylish Shapes. And I've gone ahead and I've done it. I've cut that out, and then I cut a very vanilla piece out as well. And what I wanted to do was I just wanted to get so that there's a bit of a different variation on this. I also went and cut one of these stars out, and we're actually going to go ahead and I'm going to, geez, can you tell I love embossing? Of course you can. Well, you know what? When you're using gold, you have to almost use this. Now, you would normally use a paper piercing mat. I have my whole pad of grid paper here, so I have enough padding on here for this to work. Now, I'm coming in with my Versamark, and we're just going to ink this up. Because this is a photopolymer stamp set, it is very, very easy to line this up. So I'm just going to take it off to the left-hand side so I don't get into my head into the camera. And then I'm just going to go down and press that down. Hello, Jan. So like I say, this is part of next month's monthly card class. And I have my gold embossing powder. Now I'm just going to go in and let's just get this. And we're just going to dip that in there. Now, I have actually gone ahead and done this part. But one thing I haven't done is I want to put the sentiment onto, this is a die cut from there. And the sentiment that goes on there is wishing you the best and brightest holiday season. And I'm going to go ahead and use that as well on here. I think I'm going to use this sentiment. I'm not sure until I actually go about to do it. All right. And like I say, I have enough padding on here that I can go down and do that. And then let's just and then we're going to dip that in the gold as well. And then we'll heat set that. But I do have the other one already heat set, so you don't have to listen to me doing it twice. I'm actually going to do a couple of lives using the Old Holy Night. I think it's a beautiful set. And it's nice to see what's available out there. So I do have that particular one. So I'm just going to heat set this very quickly. Remember, you don't want to reheat it, overheat it, but you also don't want to move around like this. That tends to overheating. So if you just move it along, it'll just heat set it and cook it just to the perfect. There we go there. This would also look very nice done in navy too. So that I could have done that without the heat set. But like I say, part of the clues on this particular one is gold. All right. So this was my thought. I was going to go put this square down here. And I thought, well, we should probably have another square. Now, this is a pretty big image for this particular technique, but I want to do it this way. There's just, I just need to do it this way. So I'm actually going to come in with my Stampin' Seal. And the reason I am is because I do not like to see glue on my foil. if you get a tiny bit of glue on your foil, it just dulls it, and it's so hard you can't really remove it. So I'm just going to place this down here, like, because I could have gotten glue on there, and that way I'm not going to have any of that glue around. And then what I want to do is I want to put it on here like this. Now there's also another die cut that's in here, and that's this beautiful star that's like this. And I thought, you know what, this will kind of add a little bit more gold. This is going to be a very, very splashy card. How's that? So I'm just going to go and I'm going to glue that on there. Now remember, I haven't got this attached yet. Let's see, let's go corner to corner. There we go. That should be about right. We're just going to hold that down just for a second. And we're going to then go ahead and we're going to put this on here like so. Now I know it looks like we're kind of covering up all that gold, but look at how shiny and everything else that looks like behind there. So, and I'm not really going to need an awful lot of popping up. I'm going to leave that off for the time being until I show this technique. So then what we want to do is we want to get this. I could do this way. Should I do it this way? No, we're going to do it up on an angle. I think it'll look a lot better on an angle. And I'm going to do this fractured card technique. I'm going to do it with a bit of a twist. I think when I first saw this, I went, it didn't really turn me on. I think different shapes doing this technique would be amazing. All right, so of course, what we want to do is we want to leave this off here. Hello, Karen. Karen's from Scotland. Welcome. All right, so then what you want to do is you want to have strips. And I've got lots of strips here. I've got a navy strip, and I've also got a gold strip. And this is where it's going to be a tiny bit different. And you're not going to really see this navy strip here. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to kind of mark this so that I don't over glue it. So I'm just going to come down and just get some glue on here. Oof. And we really don't want that to get on that gold foil. And all you do is you put a strip down there. Now I know, so you're going to see it kind of like this. And then I'm going to come around, and these strips, like I say, are all 1/4 inch. So I kind of want to mark where I know that's going to go to, because otherwise I'm going to have glue all over the back of this. And I probably should have used a silicone mat. This silicone mat has, I'm going to use it. It has some glue on it. I should have actually gone in and there we go. Now, so that this isn't going all over the place, I'm going to trim this as we go. My strips didn't have to be that long, but now I can use these same strips. So see, this is just going to go like this. Then I'm going to come in with another strip. I'm just going to use those two up. And like I say, this is really a very, very simple technique. I don't know how they call it a technique. If I thought that it was a technique, I probably would have used it in my on my Technique Tuesday. But to me, this is a style, but I guess it is kind of a technique in itself. All right, and then we have one last one to do. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that down there, and it's going to extend down. So what I've done is I've taken one and I've gone completely down, turned it one completely down onto the card. And you'll see this better on the next one that I'm going to go ahead and do. So I'm just going to put this on here. And then this is where I've gone a little bit different than they've done in a lot of them. Oh, I see I've got glue there, but I'm okay with that because I am going to do, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to do a second one with this. So this is where I'm going to use the gold, and this is where you'll see more of the fractured look with it. Excuse me. So I'm just going to go down here, butt that right up to there. And we want to take that off right away because I think that's when we're going to start having issues if I don't take that off. I'm going to just trim this part off. Let's butt this right up against this navy. It actually looks kind of nice with it, with all this gold. I think yesterday it was Betty that says, oh, there can never be too much gold. Now, just have to bring that down just a bit more. And I'm just going to take this and butt that right up to that. And I can trim that part off if it's over, but you'll see how this is actually now starting to work. Again, what we want to do, now I probably would have been better to use a smaller square in there. Oops. Remember, you want to get it butt up to the end. So I'm just going to take that like that, butt it up, and now you're starting to see how it's gone as a fractured. Now, I could have done the gold next to that wouldn't have helped at all either. You wouldn't have seen that, but I will show you this closer up. There, and do I have enough? I do. Awesome. And then this piece here. And just put that next to that, butted right up to the end there. And that is now going to be so let's just turn that off. So like I say, I've used gold, I've used designer series paper, and I've used a trending thing. What other ideas could you have for this particular of a mystery stamping? What is a trending sort of thing that's happening? See, we can put that on there like that. Okay, let's go and put this on here. So see how it looks just on there. And like I say, that is called the fractured glass technique. This will be showing live on my blog. I think when is 3rd of October? The first Saturday, I think, in October is when it's showing. It might be the 7th of October, I'm not sure, but that is when the blog hop is going. All right, so then I'm just going to put this down here with some dimensionals on there. Oh. Of course, we don't want to get any glue on there, and see how this can go right here. And that's actually where I'm going to put it. There's a lot of bling on this card. I was thinking we could put ribbon on here, but I really don't think I'm going to be using ribbon on here as well. A lot of gold, but I like it. Let's just put this. Hello, Marilyn. You could call it a layout. Yes, you could. But it's called fractured glass, is what it's called. So just like that. This can go here. But let's go ahead and pop that up with dimensionals as well. Probably should be using black dimensionals on here, but I'm not. Oh, this is overkill. Oh well, it's going to stay up there, that's for sure. And let's just take the backings off of our dimensionals. I'm honestly thinking that that's almost enough. Just like that. And then, of course, what we could do is we need to put something on the inside. Now, we've got lots of different things that we could put on there. Do we want to put some gold on there? I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe we'll just put some stars on there. And I'm not going to put too much on there. I'm thinking not a whole lot. So maybe we could use some some Night of Navy. Ooh, Night of Navy. So we could just put this here, and you could do another sentiment where you could say, you could just put another sentiment right across the top up there. So let's just put that in there like that. Oh, thank you. Like I say, this is a fractured card technique is what it's called. And it's with a bit of a twist because most of them only have one layer of cardstock around it, but I wanted to have a little bit more. And honestly, I think ribbon would ruin this. I think also the gold sequins would ruin this. I don't think you need it personally. So there we go. There's the card. There's my mystery card. So I do hope that you do play along with it. You could use this fractured glass and use something different. What I thought would be really neat is if you used a different shape punch or a different shape of a thing in here. I was thinking the nested essential dies would have a really cool look on there as well. Thanks, Marjorie. Yeah, it's just one of those cards that it just gives a tiny bit of a different look on there. And yeah, totally different. Awesome. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let's see. Tomorrow is part of my Now What series. I'm going to be changing that to 4:15 on 4:15 on Thursdays. That's going to be a change that I have to do, just because I have a regular training that comes on. I've gone myself. I've gone myself. That's really good English, Diane. I've enrolled myself now in some extra training, and it's Thursday nights at 5:00. So I think it's best that I do it this way. Last time it wasn't over till almost after, well, it was after 7. So it's best that I do it ahead of time. So anyways, well, thank you. So 4:15 Pacific will be my Now What series. That's where I take something that you may have in your studio and you go, what do I do with this? And I'm actually, I do have an idea of something to do. It'll be a foil. I'll say foil, and we'll see how I use it tomorrow. It's up here. It's formulating up here. So I hope that works. So if you like that, give me the thumbs up, share my video. I really do appreciate it. And if you have any questions at all, make sure that you do reach out. Awesome, you guys. Remember to create because it's great for the soul. Bye for now.